6L80 245 millimeter torque converter kit by Sonax. This converter is going to go to LA, Compton, California, for my boy Rios Jr. This is for his project. We got our billet front cover, flange hub, flange spline hub, and our billet piston. Let's get this. We have our 245 millimeter core. We have our turbine and our impeller. It's already been machined, ready to adapt the spline and the hub. About to take it to the lathe, align it, pre-tack it, check measurements, and then weld it. All the parts, we bring them to Big Blue. This is our machine called Big Blue. We called it Big Blue for obvious reason. It's blue. TCRS with Miller. So this is our welding gun. We got our clamps here. We just set up our welding gun in place. As you guys can see, we have various stickers here, various shops. These are all our customers that have been supporting us from day one. Rios, where you at? There you go, my boy. You got my boy Rios right there. You got my boy Jeff, West Coast. LS Swaps, my homie Greñas. All these are all my good, faithful customers, man. ECT, can't forget my boy ECT. So with a push of a button, this magic, there you go. So this welding, what it does is a 360 weld. We got control of the welding table on top. We got control of the wire speed, the heat over here. There she goes. Woo. There you have it. Look at that. Isn't she pretty? Look at the weld. It's pretty hot. Woo. There she is. Check that out. Very expensive machine. Very expensive machine. That's what she does. After the components been pre-tacked, we're gonna assemble this converter, check for height, and everything checks out. Then we're gonna pass it over to Big Blue and weld the components in place. So after we pre-tack the hub to the impeller, check for straight. Everything's true. The hub is true with the impeller. So, ready for the next step. Here we have our torque converter. It's been assembled. As you guys can see, the part's been pre-tacked, completely assembled. So we put it on this turntable. Well, it's not a turntable, it's a measuring table. And this is where you measure the torque converter height. So the way we measure this, got this bar, we put it in here, boom, we set it straight. So we bring this up here, there you go, you tighten it up right there. This converter should be within 6.2, 6.3 inches high. So let's check it out what this gives us. Boom, as you guys can see, we're at 6.2, right on the money. So good to go. Time to weld all the pieces together and give it our final assembly. Up next, it's the hub. There we go. Let's set up our gun. Same process, 360 weld. There it is. Final assembly of the components been welded in place. We've assembled the converter. Final height check. Let's check it out. And there she is. 6.2. Perfect. Off to Big Blue now. And there it is. Big Blue. So this machine, Big Blue, it does three things. It aligns both halves. We got our pump hub bushing and our pilot bushing in the bottom of the turntable. So this machine aligns both halves, sets internal clearance, and then we tack it, and after that it does a full 360 weld. After the full 360 weld, we pass it over to our leak tester. We submerge it in water, pump up 120 psi. If we see bubbles, we have a leak. If we don't see bubbles, perfect, off the paint. And there it is. So we already set up the internal clearance, and with a push of a button, the machine's gonna pre-tack it, and then after the pre-tack, it's gonna stop and do its 360 weld. Just with a push of a button, people. There she goes. So what it does 8 welding spots, and then after that, it does a 360 weld. There she goes. There it is. Let's lower the speed of it. There it is. Check out the bead. So after it does a 360, the machine completely stops by itself. Let's check out the bead on this thing. Ooh, what a beauty, look at that. Off to the leak tester, check for leaks. There she is. Something I did mention, I skipped a step here. Right after weld, we check the run out, the hub run out, make sure it didn't move, and there it is. Look at that. Man, beautiful. So now it's ready for the leak test. Leak testing the converter. We're at almost 100 psi. So if we see any bubbles, that means there's a leak. So far, everything good. Boom, boom, boom. And that's all she wrote. Perfect. Now this converter is ready for paint and ready for reels. So there you have it. 9.5 inch 6L80, 36/3800 stall billet. Ready for my boy Rios Jr. Headed to Compton.